There's no way this is the most hated player in Squid Game. If your favorite player is Thanis or Gi-hun, like and subscribe with notifications. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be going over the most hated versus loved in Squid Game. A lot of you guys might agree with me, but a lot of you might disagree with me as well. There's no right answer to these players that I picked. The players that I picked was based on the research that I found on social media. I'm also going to point out that in the end of this video, I'm going to be stating the most loved player in the whole of Squid Game. So stay tuned if you don't want to miss that out. So let's start off with the 3 most hated players first. So let's get right into that. So coming in at number 1 most hated is in fact the Witch, aka Shaman in season 2. People tend to absolutely hate her for so many reasons, and I don't disagree with that. All she did in the show was nag and whine to the players. She was also so negative all the time with her weird conspiracy theories. By the way, I will also give my input in the video if I agree with how hated these players are. Anyways, getting back to it. Shaman was only rude to the other players, even when they did nothing to her. All she cared about was getting the cash, even with the obstacles that she knew she was going to face. Karma did come back to her in episode 5, One More Game. She tried to act as confident as possible throughout the episodes, but in episode 5, One More Game, she started failing at her game. She started to freak out and even cry since she thought she was gonna die. Funny enough, another player slapped her so hard for her to focus into playing better. She luckily stayed alive since this occurred. I personally did not like her at all. She only gave me the ick in this TV show, and I honestly just wanted to see her gone. I don't think she's gonna survive much longer in season 3. That's just my opinion. Alright guys, so let's move on to number 2 now. This is the second most hated player in the video. Player 100. Honestly, I thought this guy was very useless in the show. All he cared about was making the money in the game. That's all he ever saw. Whenever the O players tried to speak up about ending the games, as well as Gi-hun, the leader, he would speak up and say they're wrong immediately, and the players should continue the games. Guys, he honestly acted so greedy. All he ever said was one more game. Honestly, he pissed me off so much. No way he makes it through season 3 with this mentality. He was the greediest player in my opinion. So yes, I definitely agree with this rank. It's very close to number 1 and can be debatable changing it with other people. Alright guys, so let's move on to the most hated person in this video, coming in number 1. Can you guys guess who it is? I guess here's the time for me to say it. It's indeed the frontman. I know there might be a lot of controversy when I bring him up. You could say he's a very loved player now, but most people still don't like him. The reason why the frontman started to be more liked was because of season 2. In season 2, he decided to come back as a different player called Player 001. He pretended to be this sweet, innocent player to try and learn more information about Gi-hun's plan. I can't lie, I really started to like his character in season 2, but remember, I'm talking about the frontman specifically, not player 001, just so you guys don't get confused. Even though player 001 was loved by the audience, we can't forget his villain side. He is the mastermind behind the whole operation of Squid Game. Everyone's death is on his hands, no one else. If it wasn't for him, there wouldn't even be a Squid Game show. Just let that sink in, guys. Let me ask you guys so far, do you agree with everything I've been saying in this video? If you don't agree with this rank so far, then I would like to hear who your most hated players are. And if you do agree with some of the players I said, then like the video anyways, since my rank is pretty good. Anyways, I think we should move on to the more positive side of the video now, so let's do that. Now we move on to the most loved Squid Game players. I'm very excited for this part because obviously, who doesn't want to talk about their favorite players? Coming in number 3 most loved player is player 120, Cho Haan. I definitely agree she should be on this list for a few reasons. For the first few episodes of this season, I thought she was just an ordinary player. But the more games she faced, the more we got to see her character in depth. When she slapped Shaman, the witch, I really started to like her. It's cool to see that she had the balls to act strong when there was a life or death situation. She really handled it perfectly. This is not the reason why I started to like her, as well as the audience. In the last episode, Gi-hun decided to rebel against the guards. I don't know if this was the best idea in my opinion, since it got other players killed. Anyways, before Gi-hun and the other players go for their attack against the other pink guards, Gi-hun asks everyone a question. if they know how to use the guns. Some of the players look confused as expected. I mean, what do you expect, guys? All these players are just in-depth, desperate people looking for money. Why would they know anything about how to use a gun? Maybe 1 in 100 would. out of chance, but more than that, I wouldn't think so. Anyways, then Hyun steps in and names all the guns and how they work. She states how she used to work in the Air Force, which is so unexpected to hear. In my opinion, this was one of my top badass moments in TV history. At this point, she became one of the audience's most favorable characters. I don't think anyone expected for this side of her to come out throughout season 2. Anyways, let's move on to the second most loved player. In number 4, we have the one and only Gi-hun. I think you guys knew he was coming either in first or second place. A lot of you might be upset that he's ranked second most favorite in this video and not first. I know he's the main character of the show and that should boost him straight to the top. But guys, we should think a bit deeper than that. That was until season 2. I think some of you know what I mean until I say season 2. He was everyone's favorite character in season 1. But then when season 2 came along, that was all gone. Gi-hun is loved, of course, for winning the past game, but also for his resilience, determination, and fairness. Gi-hun overall is a great player. No doubt there's a reason he is the main character. But sometimes that's not enough. Sometimes when there's someone else either more better looking or more funnier or even more goofier, that might take that person's place. That moves me on to number 1. Can you guys take a moment to guess who the most favorite player is in the whole of Squid Game show? If you guess right, you have to let me know down below that you got it right, because I'm very curious to hear that. Alright guys, so coming in number 6, we have the one and only Thanis. Thanis is one of the craziest, most unexpected characters to walk into the scene of Squid Game. There's genuinely no one else like him. His character and goofiness go all along together. That makes him the most unique character to be. I personally found him so funny, especially when he spoke English sometimes. I know a lot of people might think that's cringe, but I think that's what made his character unique. His weird small English lines throughout the episodes. Yes, Thanis has his dark, evil side, but he did it in the most comedic way, which could not make you hate him. Instead of hate him, the audience just loved him for that. If you guys watch season 2, which I hope you have, because if you not, you might want to click off this video because then that would be a spoiler for you. Thanos did die in season 2. At least we think so, from what we saw. But fans are dying to see him come back in season 3. Guys, if you don't know, I made a previous video on my channel talking about why Thanos died so quickly and what the reason was behind it. In fact, I think he died too quickly and he should have been in the scenes way more. There was no other player like him in any level. So him being gone kinda sucks. If you guys think Thanos is your favorite character too, let me know down below. I really hope Thanos comes back in season 3. That would be the most unexpected twist to happen in the whole of the Squid Game world. I have a feeling that some of you might disagree with this list, but this is the best statistics that I could find based on my research online. Obviously, this might not be that accurate, but based off reading a lot of articles going on Reddit, this is what I've came to my conclusion and I've tried my best to put it all together. I hope you guys do agree though, if you're still watching. And if you're still watching, you have a great attention span because that brings us to the end of this video. Season 3 awaits for us in June 27 and I'm so excited. It's sadly going to be the last season though in Squid Games before it finishes for good. I know the moment it gets released on Netflix, I'm jumping on my couch and I'm binge watching the whole thing so I can give you guys my opinions on YouTube. I'm definitely going to make some more videos when the next season comes out straight away. I mean, I think any other YouTuber would do that, so I have to cut to the chase and make sure I'm the first one. Anyways guys, that wraps me up for the video. Hopefully you enjoyed watching. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe once again. I know I mentioned that before, but if you guys are here, you might as well still do it if you haven't. I will see you guys on the next video, and if you want to watch my recent video, it's in the middle of the screen right now. I will see you guys on the next one, hopefully. Peace out and take care everyone. Bye bye.